Are you thinking that when you get older, the little guy shrinking is an inevitable law of nature? But for us men, it's not just a medical term, it's the loss of our most precious asset. The feeling of helplessness when looking at your woman, but the top says yes, but the bottom doesn't listen. The nostalgia for those glorious warhorse days, and most painfully, the silent suffering from shame when the medical system ignores you. But don't believe in that despair. I'm here to tell you a different truth. This shrinkage is completely preventable and can even be reversed. You don't have to accept the use it or lose it curse in loneliness anymore. Right now, I'm going to reveal to you the most practical protection plan. We're going to dive deep into the truth about those pumps that the media often hides. And more importantly, I'll show you the root to tip massage technique to resurrect your manhood. Let's get started right now. Part 1: Diagnosis and the Truth About Shrinkage. Hello, brothers. Before we talk about how to make the little guy mighty again, we need to be straight with each other about why he's gone into hibernation like this. The truth is, the little guy is like a tree, and blood vessels are the roots. When the tree withers, it's not because it wants to, but because the roots can no longer absorb water. Medically speaking, we call it atrophy. Shrinkage. The root cause lies in the inner lining of your blood vessels, the endothelial cells. As you age, this lining becomes inflamed and damaged, just like a water pipe getting rusty. It creates foamy plaques, narrowing the blood's pathway. And your body is very smart, but also very ruthless. When blood circulation is poor, it will prioritize pumping blood to nourish your heart and brain to keep you alive and cut supply to the little guy. That's why it shrinks. It's being starved of oxygen and nutrients. But there's another enemy that few dare to tell you straight to your face. Look down at your belly. Are you experiencing what guys jokingly call the Dicky-Doo syndrome, meaning your belly sticks out farther than that thing? Belly fat doesn't just conceal it, making your artillery look shorter visually. Every 30-50 lbs of excess fat can swallow 1 inch of length, but it's more dangerous than that. Belly fat is a sign of insulin resistance. It's like a silent poison that destroys testosterone and further damages blood vessels. And I know many brothers here are feeling lonely. Married for 20 years, wife's no longer interested. Or you're single and thinking, nobody's using it, so why bother? Wrong. That very mindset, combined with sleep deprivation, sleeping less than 6 hours a night, has caused you to lose those nighttime flag salutes, nocturnal erections. Those unconscious erections are when your body does push-ups for the little guy. Without them, the tissues will scar and shrink permanently. So don't blame age. The culprits are damaged blood vessels, belly fat, and the system falling asleep. Understanding this, we can fix it. Part 2: Prevention Strategy and Lifestyle. Now that you know who the enemy is, let's build a defensive wall. These are things you must do, starting today to prevent losing any more millimeters. First is nutrition for blood vessels. Remember this keyword, nitric oxide. This is the gas that helps dilate blood vessels. You need to eat foods rich in nitrates like beets, spinach, and especially dark chocolate. Pure. But more importantly, stay away from processed foods. They cause inflammation and block the flow. Second, sleep is the testosterone factory. Did you know that most of your testosterone, the fuel for masculinity, is produced when you're in deep sleep? If you stay up late watching movies or scrolling on your phone, you're personally shutting down that production line. Commit to getting 6 to 8 hours of sleep. Consider sleep as a mandatory work shift for size recovery. Third, and this is the most important thing I want to tell brothers who are feeling lonely, those without partners, use it or lose it. I read so many heartbreaking comments from you guys about cold wives or living single. Listen, you don't need a partner to maintain your health. If you're not having sex, you must create erections yourself. Change your mindset. Masturbation or self-stimulation is not something dark or shameful. It's medical therapy. You need blood pumping in there so the tissue doesn't atrophy. Set a goal to get hard at least 3 to 4 times a week. Consider it gym training for the little guy. If you get morning wood back, that's a sign your blood vessels are reviving. That's our measure of success. Finally, control your waistline. If you can lose the beer belly, you'll not only be healthier, but also reclaim the length that was hidden by the fat layer. That's a double victory. Part 3: Roadmap to Reverse Penile Shrinkage. Steps 1 and 2. We've talked about defense. Now it's time to attack. If you've noticed size has decreased or simply want to optimize what you have, this is when we implement the resurrection protocol, breathing life back into him. Step 1. Regenerate endothelial cells. Fix the pipes. Imagine the inside of your blood vessels are scratched and inflamed. The first mission isn't to pump blood in, but to fix the pipeline. We need a major overhaul of endothelial cells. First, magnesium. But listen carefully here because many of you ask me which type to use. Don't go to the pharmacy and buy the cheapest kind, usually magnesium oxide. Your body has a very hard time absorbing it. Look for magnesium glycinate or magnesium citrate. These are the friendly forms that help relax blood vessels and reduce inflammation most effectively. Next, vitamin C and flavonoids. Studies show that vitamin C helps increase your body's ability to use nitric oxide. You can get flavonoids from dark-colored berries. Step 2, the pump, truth and safe techniques. This is the most important part. Many people say pumps are only temporary, but my clinical experience and thousands of patients show the opposite. In fact, pumps are the official rehabilitation therapy for men after prostate cancer surgery to prevent shrinkage. If it can save them, it can help you too. But safety warning, don't buy cheap toys. We're exercising, not torturing the little guy. Expert tip, I recommend using a water-based pump, hydro pump, and using it while taking a warm bath. Warm water helps dilate blood vessels and minimizes the risk of injury or bruising. Standard protocol, start slowly. Only pump 4 to 5 times a week. Each time maintain vacuum pressure for 3 to 5 minutes, then release, rest, and repeat this process 2 times. Note, if you feel pain, numbness, or see tiny red spots appear, subcutaneous hemorrhage, stop immediately. That means you're being too eager. The goal is to bring oxygen-rich blood in to nourish tissue, not to stretch it to the point of injury. Remember, consistency is more important than intensity. Part 4, resurrection, hand technique and conclusion. After using the pump to bring blood in, passive pumping, now it's time we need the skill of our hands to optimize that flow, active activation. Step 3, massage and jelqing, stroking technique. This is the step most brothers do wrong, leading to unnecessary pain. Remember, we're caring for it, not abusing it. Lubricant, lube. Absolutely don't do it dry. If you're hesitant to buy lubricating gel, go to the kitchen and get coconut oil or olive oil. They're natural, safe, and good for skin. Standard technique. Use your thumb and index finger to form a circle. OK sign, squeeze gently at the base of the penis and stroke slowly toward the head, about 3-5 seconds. Golden rule. Only stroke one direction from base to head. Absolutely do not stroke backward or rub back and forth. Why? Because our goal is to push oxygen and nutrient-rich blood to expand the tissues at the head. If you stroke backward, you're pushing blood out, completely defeating the exercise's purpose. Step 4, wake up the factory, testicle massage. Don't forget these 2 precious jewels. The Leydig cells located in the testicles are responsible for producing up to 95% of your testosterone. When aging, they also fall asleep due to lack of blood circulation. Implementation best done while taking a warm shower. The heat helps relax the scrotum. Use your hand to gently pull the testicles down and massage gently. This increases blood irrigation and sends signals to wake up the factory to work again. Step 5, create real erections and advice for lone warriors. This section is specifically for brothers who are feeling lonely, those who tell me, my wife doesn't care anymore, or I live alone. Listen, you don't need a partner to salvage your manhood. Pumps create artificial erections, but for fibrous plaques to truly break down and tissues to expand maximally, you need a real biological erection, a real stiffy. If you're single, take private time to stimulate yourself. Don't feel guilty. Consider it physical therapy. When you achieve maximum erection, hold it, squeeze your pelvic floor muscles lightly, Kegel. This high-pressure blood flow is the most powerful natural medicine to restore size. The sitting disease, the silent enemy. Wait, before I let you go, there's one more silent enemy we absolutely must expose. This is something most urologists forget to warn you about, but it's actually the reason why all your pumping or pill-taking efforts go down the drain. Look at what you're doing right now. Are you sitting, if you're an office worker, long-haul truck driver, or simply someone who likes to sit watching TV for hours on end? That comfortable chair is literally strangling your manhood. We call this the sitting disease. Let me explain the scientific mechanism so you understand. When you sit, where does all the weight of your upper body press down on? It doesn't press on your buttocks, but directly on the perineum area, the region between the anus and genitals. This is the highway containing sensitive nerves and the most important arteries responsible for pumping blood to nourish the little guy. Imagine your blood flow is like water flowing through a garden hose. When you sit still for 8 hours a day, it's like you're stomping your heel on that hose. What's the result? Flow is blocked. Oxygen doesn't reach its destination. And when tissues don't receive oxygen for a long time, they begin to scar and shrink. You can eat all the magnesium, use all the expensive pumps you want, but if you spend all day locking the valve of blood vessels by sitting on it, everything is meaningless. So what's the solution? You don't need to quit your job or stand all day. I want you to apply the 60-minute rule starting today. Very simple. Set an alarm on your phone. Every 60 minutes, you must stand up. You don't need to do anything dramatic. Just stand up, walk around the room, or better yet, do 10 quick squats. Why squats? Because when you stand up and move your leg muscles, you're releasing pressure on the pelvic floor area, while leg muscles work like an auxiliary pump, pushing stagnant blood circulation powerfully back throughout the lower region. It's like lifting your foot off the hose. The flow will explode back immediately. Don't underestimate this small action. Make it a non-negotiable habit. Save your brother from that office chair. Before closing, I want to share with you a story from our own community so you can see that. It's never too late. There was a 68-year-old man who messaged me. A few years ago, he thought the most glorious days of his life had ended. He was overweight, always tired, and his bedroom confidence hit rock bottom. Worse yet, the distance between him and his wife grew wider due to lack of intimate connection. He had decided to give up and accept being an old man. But then he decided not to accept fate. He started applying exactly what I just shared with you. Cut sugar, walk every morning, and focus on restoring blood circulation. Guess what happened? 1 year later, he lost nearly 40 lbs, blood pressure stabilized, and the energy source he thought was permanently lost suddenly roared back. And the best part, his wife joked that she's like having a new husband at age 70. They rediscovered the passionate closeness they hadn't had in decades. Maybe right now, after hearing this entire protocol, a small voice in your head is still whispering full of doubt. Is it too late? I'm already old. The little guy has been in hibernation too long. How can I revive it? I understand that feeling. Penile atrophy is not just a dry medical issue. It's a loss. You look in the mirror and see the image of your youthful warhorse fading away. You feel helpless when your body no longer obeys. And most terrifyingly, the loneliness when thinking that the door to intimate life has closed forever. If you choose to accept fate imposed by outdated beliefs, what will happen next? Fibrous plaques will continue to thicken, blood circulation will get weaker and weaker, and the curse "use it or lose it" will become brutal reality. Will you accept living the rest of your life in silence, avoiding your partner's eyes, or worse, being so insecure you don't dare start a new relationship? Shrinkage doesn't stop. It will continue if you don't intervene. Giving up today means you're personally stripping away your own joy of living and confidence for the next 10, 20 years. But stop. Look at another reality, another possibility. If a man nearly 70 years old can turn back the tide spectacularly like that, then why can't you? You already have the map in hand: nutrition to regenerate blood vessels, rehabilitation pumps, massage techniques, and the right mindset. Don't wait for miracles, create them. And if you find this video valuable, don't hesitate to subscribe to the channel. Don't accept aging. Fight. See you in the next video. Bam.